Hey, church family, this is Pastor Matt Parra, and I'm here with my friend Hana. And she is a Bible worker who's been Bible working in our conference now for just over 2 years. And she's been working with the Warner Bay Seventh-day Adventist Church, and also the church plant that has been born out of their local church on the university at Newcastle University. She came to Arise in, what was it, Hana,
18.
in 2018, and she's been one of us ever since. And so yeah, she's just, we had a Bible worker prayer day yesterday, and Hannah shared a testimony of something that God was doing in her life and in her ministry. And I just thought, oh, that's just so cool. Let's share that with the larger church family. They'll be really blessed just to get more of a glimpse of what's happening in the ministry of some of our Bible workers. And so Hannah, if you wouldn't mind, I remember you shared such a cool testimony about God and your ministry, and just wanted to see if you'd share that with our church family.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So last week I was feeling like, oh, what should I do? Usually I go to university to do a survey with students to ask, what's your interest? If there is any student who are interested in ASOC, which is Adventist Student Club. But because I can't do that, I was like, oh, I don't know, like, how can I spend day? And then I was reading this quote in Ministry of Healing. It says this: many who are qualified to do excellent work accomplish little because they attempt little. Mm. And I was feeling like, oh, okay. I was felt like rebuked. Like, there are things that you can do, but like you are just staying at home and just, feeling that you can do nothing. And then another thing was that God was teaching me not to ask wisdom from men. And because men are as dependent on God as yourself.
Yes.
And I think in this situation, we want to do the things that other people are doing, or like try to ask people, like, what can I do? And I was also one of them, like, oh, I should ask Boris, like, what should I do? Right. But then when I read this quote, I was like, oh, I didn't even ask God, like, what I should do today. And I was feeling like, okay, I should really spend more time to pray. And ask God what I can do today. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that God showed me was you can do online survey. So this online survey question about how you are feeling in this isolation. Do you need any needs? Something like friendly call, or like food. Mm-hmm. And also in the end, I also put spiritual question. In your opinion, is there God? Or who do you think Jesus was? So it's the similar question that I usually do on campus.
Yes.
Yeah, and I send all this survey to church members. So because church members are uni students, they have friends at uni. They have classmates. They have group of people. So I just tell them to send it to their friends and this Facebook group, and about 10 people respond to this survey.
Really?
Yes. Oh. And then one of them, he was telling, he wrote this in a comment. He said, I want to know what is the best way to find cheap vegetable, eggs, and other staple food. I have lost my job due to COVID-19, and I do not have enough money to shop at Kohl's or Woolies. Oh. And then, so after that, I call him, like asking like how the situation is. And then, he was, I was able to introduce him about food pantry that Hamilton Church still organize. And also it led us to the spiritual conversation. He is a Christian, and he applied job to Adventist school before. So
Mhm.
he checked Adventist belief before, and he told me that he actually believed most of the stuff that we believe. And then he just said, "Oh, I actually believe the similar things, but expect Sabbath and millennium." He said. So I was like, "Oh, so what do you believe?" And we could have a really good conversation. And actually, last Monday we were able to have a Bible study
Oh,
with
that's great.
him.
Unreal.
So yes, so and he's very keen to study more with us. So I was just surprised that God just bring people to us,
Things
and
like
we
that.
just need to ask him more and more. And one more story is the girl who I met in the day that I could do survey on campus, like the
Mhm.
last day I could do. So I started to contact all the people who I know, like on campus, contacts who I got last year in orientation week, or people who I know on campus. And I was like, oh, she's the one who I met in the end, but I just contacted her. And few days after, she replied, and she said, I am interested in the Bible. Like, can you tell me more about your church? So yesterday I was able to talk with her,
Mm.
um, and then I told her what kind of program we have, and she was like, "Yeah, I really want to come." She already study online, like Zoom, like we are now. So like she's very familiar to do online, like to use Zoom. So I told her like, actually we do church on Zoom, K group on Zoom, Live project on Wednesday on Zoom, and she was like, okay, I'll come on Friday. So
So good.
yes, so actually tonight we have K group, Bible study group. And we prayed this morning that um, she will join us tonight.
Yes.
Yes,
You know,
and
it's so interesting. I want to interrupt you real quick because I can't. Don't forget your train of thought. But I was thinking, it's probably easier for you guys as Bible workers, and probably just easier for church members to invite people to church now
yes,
than ever before,
that's
because you're
so
not asking them to get dressed, leave their house, get their kids ready,
yeah,
and go away on their day off. You're
mm,
just saying, "Hey, here's a link. You can just join us,"
yeah,
and it's more. It can feel for the visitor a little more easy, a
yeah,
little more simple, a little more safe, so that they feel like, "Oh, I can listen in without having to like fully commit
yes,
being there."
yeah,
And then this can be preparation for when the crisis is over, then
mhm,
we can go worship together again.
yes,
People will already be connected with us. So it's almost like the coronavirus shutdown has allowed us to have an easier time
yes,
getting people to our churches, because our church is just like click, 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 and you're already at church.
yes, that's
Yeah.
so true. Yeah, so I think some people find it like easier to join this group just through Zoom. They don't need to worry too much about how they will be looked like. Yeah, they just join.
Totally.
Yes. So I think
Wow.
this is really cool. I was yeah almost feeling what I can do, but like there are a lot of things that we can do, and like many people are more open to know to
Mhm.
join us. Um,
Yeah, fantastic. So, hey, Hannah, is there anything you'd like to say just as a word of encouragement for church members, and maybe share with them something that they can do, like to reach out to their friends and family?
yeah, I just think we can reach out our friends and family that we know already. Like we don't have to try like new people. Like
Yeah.
reach out to people who you know, asking where, like what they are, how they are going, how what their needs, and there may be things that they are struggling with. They will start opening up, and actually there are things like so many things we can do.
Yeah.
So I think stay positive and like keep looking at Jesus, and he will give us the work that we can do today,
Mhm.
not in the future. today.
I love what you said too, just in closing. I love what you said about going to God first. And in Isaiah chapter 30, there's a story of God where God is talking to the Israelite nation through Isaiah, and he's saying, you guys, when you got into trouble and when you needed help and assistance, you went to Egypt first. Like you went to your neighbors and you asked them for help to kind of get you out of trouble. And he says, why wouldn't you come to me first?
Mm.
I'm here. And so God was communicating to his people that he was insulted by them going to other people first instead of coming to him first. And obviously God speaks to us through other people. He speaks to us through our pastors and through our fellow church members and through our elders. And, he speaks through all different ways, but at the same time, and he could speak through the Egyptians to the Israelites too, right? And give help
Yeah.
to his people through Egypt if he wanted to. But he was just insulted because they made a habit of always looking for outside sources to give them help instead of looking up to God, who was always there for them. And he says, why wouldn't you seek your own God
Yes.
first? It's almost like you don't really believe that I'm here for you.
Mm.
You don't really believe that I can lead you
Mm.
and give you personal counsel, personal direction that's just for you. It's just from me to you, and it's not filtered through someone else's experience or someone else's perspective. It's just coming straight from me,
Yeah.
straight to you. And that's what having a personal relationship with Jesus means.
Yeah.
It means that I read the Bible and God speaks to me and I apply what he says to me in my life. And it doesn't mean I don't learn from other people and that other people can't keep me accountable. Uh, it just means that I first go to God, seek first the kingdom of heaven.
Yes.
And
Amen.
I think that's really, really important. And, I think a lot of times we can come up with better ideas than we realize that we can. So I was talking with Pastor Ashley Smith yesterday about some ministry that they're doing and some volunteers that he has working in his church. And I was saying to him, just this idea just came to my mind, just right off the top of my head. A way to do outreach during the COVID crisis is that I could go to the phone book in my city and I can look at the names of the people who are listed in the phone book. And then I can go onto Facebook and look for them on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And if I find them on Facebook, I can send them a friend invitation. And if they accept my friend invitation, I can say, hi, my name is Matt, and I live in the community that you live in, and I'm just looking for friends who want to talk about, meaningful things. I'm inside all the time, and I'm, I'm trying to make sense out of the Corona crisis and looking for people who have, the desire to talk about, where the world's heading and what's going on.
Yes.
And
Wow.
maybe they'll think this is a little strange, but why not try it? Like, it doesn't hurt, it's very
Yes.
easy. Just look in the phone book, find names, send them friend invitations. If they accept your friend invitation, say, hey, my name's Matt. Who are you?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. This is what I'm doing these days. What are you doing these days? And you just make a friend
Yes.
and say, hey, listen, I'm praying for my whole community. Are you a person of prayer?
Mm.
You just test the waters and see. And maybe the person says, I haven't been praying, but this Corona thing makes me want to.
Mm.
Yeah, me too. It makes me want to really seek for meaning past this earth too, and it just can open up doors. And this idea, it didn't take a PhD to come up with this idea. It was just, we were thinking about ways we could reach the community in Merwillenbach. And it just came to us, we're prayerful, spiritual people, and
Yes.
God just puts the ideas in your head and you
Yes.
give it a shot, you give it a try, and
Yes.
you see how you go and you
Yes.
learn. So listen, thank you for your testimony
No worries.
and for sharing your time with us. And God bless you, church family. And I just pray that we can all realize that God is very near to each one of us.
Mm.
And he is willing to take us on a journey step by step, day by day.
Yeah.
And we've just got to try. We've got to be willing to move in faith when God
Yes.
speaks to us. And and he works as he's done now with you. God bless you, Hannah. And
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much,
much.
Matt.
Okay, yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Bye-bye.